Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Please listen to this paid infomercial.
Herbal Heritage International, the Kokoroko. For herbal medicine, when they produce strong, correct medicine, they take it, they support with country healthcare system. Country man, correct, bakelistic, ogbonge herbal medicine, they we know they come out for public anyhow, like a big basket. Food ground, as every Christmas, I be boundary. Sickness self, sabi medicine, we pass them. After all, monkey smart now, because tree near tree is a forest. Heritage International will use the technology of computer testing machine to see and know before attacking that your health condition. We don't become ubarugba for your life with the correct treatment.
Again, no, I don't. And if you busy with your ride, is satisfied. And I see.
All of my guys on the Jimmy. Oh, they boss.
Mark out sleeping at
I can go on shift. I go feel my job.
Sure, they really young. Little packaging. Oh, I'll be my love, yeah, you know.
Steady. Give it to me.
You just take a few.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South Sound, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
Hello and good evening. This is the World News on your premium talk radio Today 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Faustina Oputu. And the headlines: FCT Minister Nyesom Wike vows never to give Governor Siminalayi Fubara a second chance in his political journey. Niger Delta ex-agitators back U.S. military operations against terrorists. EFCC urges Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed to focus on governance and allow it to carry out its mandate of sanitizing nation's financial system. On the foreign scene, Gabon's President Brice Oligui Nguema starts a new year with a major government reshuffle. Details in a moment. now the details of the news. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, says those who worked with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in Rivers State have no political value to stop the victory of President Bola Tinubu's re-election in 2027 in the state. Wike, who spoke during his visit to Ogba, Egbemandoni local government area of the state, said that some individuals were not able to deliver 10% votes to Atiku Abubakar in 2023, saying that as renewed hope agenda in the state that will give Tinubu total support required to win 2027 elections. Wike, while reacting to comments by a governor who he said described him as a barking dog, said the same dog barked to the victory of the same governor even when Rivers people were not aware of him. The FCT minister said they will not make the political mistake they did last time, but will correct it in the election year.
Somebody said a dog barking. This dog that is barking now barked when Rivers people do not even know whom the person was. And the dog that barked made the person to be governor. Others ran away. And he's not afraid that the same dog now is barking. I wish him good luck. We are not talking about party. We are talking about the Renewed Hope family. All of us, we have all decided that we are going to work for Asuwaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Of course, you know, we won't make the mistake we made last time. We are here to correct the mistake. I heard somebody said, oh, those who work with Atiku are back. They couldn't give Atiku 10%. So what is the political advantage? I won't call their names, but you all know them.
On his part, the factional caretaker committee chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Robinson Namewo, attributed the suffering of Rivers people to lack of knowledge of what Governor Siminalayi Fubara is doing, advising leaders to build a foundation on truth. Namewo, while relieving himself of the factional chairmanship of PDP position and handing over the faction to Chukwuemeka Aaron-led PDP faction, dismissed any insinuation that the FCT minister was intimidating the governor, insisting that the governor was the one not keeping to the agreement.
Rivers State is bleeding. Rivers people are suffering. Because of what? They have no knowledge of what is going on. I have died for lack of knowledge for a very long time. And today, I have found the truth. And the truth has done what? Has set me free. I followed sin honestly and sincerely from my heart, believing that our minister was not fair to him, was undoing him, was intimidating him. That was the belief. And that is the belief so many Rivers people, including those who are there with him. But it's not the truth. The minister is not intimidating the governor. I'm Sims PDP chairman. Today, I'm handing over leadership of that faction to Aaron Chukwuemeka. PDP is no longer factionalized in Rivers State.
The Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has reaffirmed his administration's resolve to move forward decisively and recover lost ground, noting that his government has the resilience required to deliver on its mandate. The governor made the statement during the swearing-in ceremony of 5 newly appointed special advisors at the government house. Governor Fubara explained that the appointments were made to strengthen governance and ensure the smooth running of his administration. He noted that the appointees are not new to the government, stressing that their prior experience means they clearly understand the philosophy and objectives of his administration. According to him, their familiarity with the system will eliminate delays in performance monitoring and ensure that set goals are promptly achieved. The governor charged the special advisors to approach their responsibilities with a strong sense of duty, warning that the appointments should not be seen as a pleasure but a call to dedicated service. He said they had previously distinguished themselves in public office and expressed confidence that they would replicate such performance in their new roles. Governor Fubara further urged them not to disappoint the government and the people of Rivers State as they begin work to fulfill the administration's social contract with the citizens. Those sworn as special advisors are Eloka Tasi Amadi, former Commissioner for Works, Professor Peter Mede, former Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning, Emmanuel Frank Fubara, former Commissioner for Finance, Victor Ekaro, former Special Advisor on Security to former Governor Nyesom Wike, and Darlington Oji, former Caretaker Committee Chairman of Ikure Local Government Area. The National President of South South Youth Initiative. Imabe Saviour Oscar has advocated for a responsible government from the local to state and federal governments that will prioritize the demand and interests of Rivers State youths. Saviour Oscar, in an interview with newsmen in Port Harcourt, called for industrialized Rivers State to enable the youths pay less attention to politics. The youth leader, while emphasizing on the importance of resolving the issues of economic hardship, attributed the prevailing insecurity ravaging the states and country at large to high level of unemployment affecting the youths. Saviour Oscar urged Governor Siminalayi Fubara to pay less attention to what he described as political distraction from his predecessor and should channel such attention to unemployed youths, the same way he has done to civil servants' welfare in the state, which is believed to be his route.
Again, the Rivers youth will expect, or Nigerians youth will expect a responsible system of government to prioritize the demands and the expectations of Rivers and Nigerians youth, especially at the local government level. We expect that this season, in as much as it has been clamoring for a political tussle or more political tension, we call on all state actors, especially the FCT minister, the Rivers State governor, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, to prioritize the interests of Rivers youth and Nigerians youth. It's obvious, like we said before, our system is backward because our citizens and our state government in power, have refused to give adequate attention to the citizens of the state, the local government, and the federal government.
The Ogoni youth leader, while encouraging Governor Fubara to be ready for his re-election in 2027, warned Ogoni stakeholders against allowing themselves to be used as instruments for fight. Imeabe Saviour Oscar queried why the FCT minister, who is now dancing the best dance of Ogoni, never saw any son or daughter of the ethnic nationality to be nominated as governor in 2023 or given any permanent position from federal government, just as he challenged any Ogoni leader to name any good thing from the minister to the Ogonis. He insisted that the youths do not believe in any agreement reached for any reason, but are ready to support the governor to lift the youths from hardship and poverty.
The Ogonis must not be used because we are good in agitation, because we are good in making our voice heard. We shouldn't be used for the wrong reason. At this point, I want to sincerely say that my stakeholders and the leaders in Ogoni, or the political leaders in Ogoni, are being abused by the FCT minister. I want to also say the FCT minister is abusing the privilege he is getting from the people of Ogoni, especially as a concerned governors in Rivers State and in Nigeria. None of the juicy positions from the both federal government that was given to Ogonis, all juicy appointments nominated by the FCT minister, were not given to Ogonis. Ogonis were not considered, or the Ogoni political leaders that are with the FCT minister were not considered for any juicy position at the federal government level. But today, the FCT minister is considering the Ogonis to be used as a political tools against His Excellency Smart Fubara.
Former members of the defunct Niger Delta Liberation Force have declared support for the United States military operations against terrorists in northern Nigeria. The group also cautioned that continued neglect of the Niger Delta could trigger renewed unrest. In a statement signed by its former spokesman, Captain Mark Anthony, the group said terrorism had claimed countless Nigerian lives and commended the U.S. for its role in confronting the threat. The former agitators clarified that their past armed struggle was driven by economic concerns, particularly demands for inclusion in resource control, and stressed that they never targeted civilians. They also praised the Nigerian government for awarding pipeline surveillance contracts to Tantita Security Services Limited and other former fighters, noting that the initiative had contributed to the protection of oil infrastructure and the maintenance of peace in the Niger Delta. However, the group warned that the relative calm in the region remained fragile, pointing to persistent underdevelopment in many oil-producing communities. According to the statement, inadequate infrastructure, lack of access to clean water, healthcare, roads, and electricity continue to fuel discontent across the Niger Delta. The group further urged the Niger Delta Development Commission to live up to its mandate, warning that underdevelopment in the Niger Delta constitutes a serious security concern not only for Nigeria but for the global community. The acting national chairman of the Social Democratic Party SDP, Sadiq Umar Abubakar Gombe, has declared that bad leadership in Nigeria has crippled the nation and robbed citizens of hope, security, and prosperity. Abubakar Gombe, in an interview, described corruption as the single greatest problem destroying Nigeria, said Nigeria's crisis is not accidental, but a direct outcome of corrupt leadership and fraudulent practices entrenched in both government and political parties. He revealed that the SDP recently took decisive action after uncovering alleged fraud and criminal financial irregularities within the party. According to him, an audit exposed alleged serious financial misconduct linked to top officials, and as a result, the party suspended its former national chairman, Alhaji Musa Gabam, the national youth leader, Chief Ogbonna Ugochukwu, and the national auditor. He revealed that an investigative committee was set up and sat for 2 weeks, allowing the accused officials the opportunity to defend themselves. While the national auditor reportedly appeared before the committee, he said the former chairman and youth leader refused to appear. He dismissed claims of crisis of factionalism within the SDP, stressing that the action was constitutional and supported by the majority of the party's National Working Committee. Abubakar Gombe accused the current administration of implementing policies that punish ordinary Nigerians while deepening poverty and hardship. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news, foreign and sports stories. Do stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Thanks for staying tuned and welcome back to the rest of the stories. A federal high court sitting in Abuja has fixed January 7, 2026 to deliver a ruling on the bail application of a former Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, over alleged money laundering. Trial Judge Justice Emeka Wite chose the date after taking arguments from lawyers to parties in the alleged 8.7 billion naira money laundering case against the three defendants. Malami is being remanded at Kuje Correctional Center. The senior advocate of Nigeria, his son Abdulaziz, and one of his wives, Bashir Ashabe, are standing trial predicated on a 16-count charge preferred against them by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The trio are accused of laundering 8.7 billion naira, pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were arraigned on December 29, 2025. Following their plea of not guilty in the last date, Justice Emeka Wite ordered their remand at Kuje Correctional Center till January 2, 2026, when their written bail application will be argued by his legal team. According to the charge, the defendants were accused of conspiring to conceal, disguise, and retain proceeds from illegal activities. The indictment claimed that they used multiple bank accounts, corporate entities, and high-value real estate transactions over nearly 10 years to indirectly acquire the illicit funds. Meanwhile, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has granted bail to the Bauchi State Commissioner for Finance, Yakubu Adamu, in the sum of 500 million naira with two sureties in like sum. Adamu and a firm, Ayab Agro Products, were last week arraigned on a 6-count charge bordering on alleged money laundering to the tune of 4.6 billion naira. The commissioner and the firm pleaded not guilty to the charge, following which their lawyer, Chief Godi Uche, a senior advocate of Nigeria, moved and argued their bail applications. Although the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC's lawyer, Samuel Chime, had opposed the bill on grounds of the gravity of the charge, trial judge Justice Emeka Wite, however, admitted the defendants to bail, adding that there is no evidence to show that the defendants would not attend to his trial. As part of the conditions for the bail, the defendant is to produce two sureties in like sum, which must own landed properties within Asokoro, Maitama, and Gwarimpa areas of the Federal Capital Territory. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has dismissed allegations by Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed that the agency is being used by political opponents to persecute him and officials of his administration. In a statement posted on its X handle on Friday, the anti-graft agency described the governor's claims as wild and far-fetched, insisting that it operates independently and without political influence. The EFCC was responding to comments credited to Mohammed, in which he alleged that the commission was being deployed by political interests, particularly the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Yesomiki, to target him and his aides. The anti-graft agency urged the governor to focus on governance and allow it to carry out its mandate of sanitizing the nation's financial system. Governor Bala Mohammed had earlier accused the EFCC of political persecution after the commission initiated legal action against some officials of his administration. Claims, he said, were aimed at forcing him to defect from the People's Democratic Party to the ruling All Progressives Congress. Moving on to the foreign scene, Gabon's President Brice Oligui Nguema is reported to have started the new year with a major government reshuffle. According to report, this is the latest step in consolidating the political transition underway since the Oligui Nguema took power in 2023. Hughes Alexander Barrow Tambria becomes Vice President of the Republic, while Haman Emogut leaves the Ministry of Interior to take over as Vice President of the government. Emogut's promotion is being seen as a reward for managing September's legislative and parliamentary elections, which resulted in Nguema's Democratic Union of Builders winning 101 of the 145 parliamentary seats. Nguema also signed a decree formalizing the makeup of the new government. His team now has 31 ministers, up from 30, of whom 10 are women. Nguema won a presidential election in April, 2 years after leading a coup that ended 55 years of the Bongo family rule in the country. To end the news, here's a summary of the major stories. FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has vowed not to give Governor Siminalayi Fubara a second chance in his political journey. The Niger Delta ex-agitators have backed U.S. military operations against terrorists. We told you that EFCC has urged the Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed to focus on governance and allow it to carry out its mandate of sanitizing the nation's financial system. On the foreign scene, you also heard that Gabon's President Brice Oligui Nguema started the new year with a major government reshuffle. And that's the news as edited by Uchendu Ejowo. For comments and inquiries, please call 0818-389-2850 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. Follow us on Facebook at Today95.1fm, on Instagram and on X at TodayFM951. You can also join our YouTube live at Today95.1fm. I am Faustina Oputu. Good evening and thank you for listening.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
It's been an exciting week. It's been an awesome week. And just in case you missed out on our big stories this week, we got you covered. Rewind comes up every Saturday, 6:30 a.m. And here you get a total rundown of all the big stories and trends for the week in River State. And this is brought to you by your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Rewind, 6:30 a.m. every Saturday. Don't miss it. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to pay a fine for an indictment? Then you later found out that there was an already established law to protect you from that penalty. Have you ever been denied a position because of your gender or disability? Have you ever been discriminated, treated unfairly, assaulted or cheated by your landlord, employer, tax collectors, bank, family, business partners, and the police? What if the breach between you and justice is just the right knowledge? I'm sure you've heard that knowledge is power. Join us every Saturday, 10 to 10:30 a.m. on Today 95.1 FM for the program The Law Today, to get acquainted with your legal rights and beneficial interests as a citizen of Nigeria. The Law Today, 10 to 10:30 a.m. every Saturday, is brought to you by Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.